It's an honor to be here. I was really enjoying the analogy you were giving just now about the drive from Phoenix to San Diego. And I was wondering if you're feeling like you're going on the right path and you're going from Phoenix to San Diego. Do you think, like, Yuma totally sucks, right? So...
Not completely, but more or less.
I feel like it would get progressively better, right? Or does it...
Let's back up just a little bit and talk about the path. So your opening words were what? If you're on the wrong path?
No, I mean if you're on the right path.
Well, being on the right path implies that there could be a wrong path. Yeah. And so let's just call it a path.
Right.
And let's call it your perspective of the path is what makes it feel good or not feel good.
Right. Okay.
We like the idea of you having things that you want, so goals or destinations or experiences, and you're standing somewhere in relationship to it. But there are lots of ways to get there. Some of them are more long and lingering, and some of them are more direct. But it's how much you're enjoying the experience from where you are to these, what they really are interim goals, because you're never going to stop wanting more, wanting more, wanting more, wanting more. So we like to remind you that since you're always going to want more, you're never going to get to where you finally want to be, because there is no final place that you want to be. And that the whole point of wanting to be anywhere is for the benefit of the path, the benefit of the journey, the benefit of the probabilities, the rendezvous, the insight, the clarity, even the contrast that causes you to make more path. If you could, and you can't, but if you could, and you can't, but if you could, and you can't, if you could get on a perfect path, a path that satisfied you in every possible way, it would peter out into endedness. That's why we said, and you can't, and you can't, and you can't, and you can't. Any perfect path would not generate the new desire, which is what causes the perpetuation of eternalness that is in eternity. And so the goal isn't to be in this place of complete satisfaction where you never desire more. The goal is to understand that you're in this fluctuating experience and keeping the balance of it, mostly feeling good while you're constantly acknowledging improvements. That's what evolution is about. That's what we are all about. But it's this joyful expansion. And we know for sure that the only way for any of you to acknowledge the perfection of your joyful journey. It's not a perfect journey until it is a joyful journey. It will never end, but to find the joyfulness in the journey is to lighten up about the incomplete parts and enjoy the movement toward the next thing that you desire, and the next thing that you desire, and the next thing that you desire.
Just loving the moment of now.
Just enjoying where you are, understanding that it's not ever going to end. That's why, as we talk about this vibrational reality, gave it the name vortex because we wanted you to make it more real for yourself. As we acknowledge this vibrational reality, this vortex that contains for now the culmination of all that you've come to, all that you are is represented that. And so your inner being stands there as that temporary completion of who you are and is calling you toward it all the time. And that sweet spot between where you are and moving toward that, that really is what the best of life is all about for you. So when we begin then talking about this vibrational reality, turning to the things, to the manifestations that you want, it's that inspiration, it's that impulse, it's that conscious realization that you're in the right place and that source energy is with you and that all things are possible, but that these are the things that you are enjoying right here and now. It's being in the attitude of no lack because all things are possible. But you don't want all things that are possible to all be present right here and now. That isn't what you're reaching for either. But the wisdom to know that all things are possible, and this is what you are feasting on now. So that you're feasting your eyes, and you're feasting your nose, and you're feasting your ears, you're feasting your fingertips, you're feasting all of your physical senses on what you are in the process of creating. That's what you came here for. As humans, sometimes you misunderstand. You think that Source has got it all figured out and that Source stands in this perfect place and you're here just banging around trying to achieve perfection somehow, and then you'll reemerge into the whatever it is that Source is. And we say whatever it is that Source is out here on the leading edge with you, savoring with you and thrilling with you and feeling the newness with you. And so the words that we most want you to commonly, often, chronically feel. We want you to feel the fullness of who you are. We want you to savor and to understand that you are never ended. But the feeling that we want you to feel is the wholeness of who you are, focused here in this now. The fullness, the totality of who you are, focused here in this now. We want you to feel the power of this now. These are the words that we want you to sort of live by. I want to be continuously surprised and delighted by my focus, which allows all of that non-physical guidance and direction and assistance and so forth. To be surprised and delighted. And the reason that that's possible is because you've put the contents of your vortex there so incrementally that you don't even really know what's there. And while it's a vibrational culmination, you really don't have any way of knowing how it will play out. But you think you do. You think it'll play out as a partner, as a lover, as a car, as a pile of money. You have your sights set on these physical manifestations. But what most don't realize is the reason that you set your sights on those physical manifestations is because the essence within them is so satisfying to you. The pile of money represents freedom. And it represents autonomy. It represents perfect choices. It represents you getting to choose. The feeling of a lover or a partner represents friendship, and it represents what the essence of it is someone to play off of, someone to parlay your thoughts with. Co-creation is really the essence that you're going for in that. The harmony that you seek is what that's all about. So everything that you want is really for reasons that you can't really identify, but the satisfaction that you feel comes as you are moving toward these goals and feeling the satisfaction of that alignment with the Source within you. If you can come to feel like your inner being feels, this is how you'll feel. You'll feel eager and ready. You'll feel tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and aware. You'll feel eager and satisfied with where you are and eager about what's coming, but you'll feel a thirst for the constant surprise and delight of the unknown. But the essence of it isn't unknown because you feel secure, so that's not unknown. And you feel worthy, so that's not unknown. So as it unfolds, you're not all of a sudden just going to feel worthy because you felt worthy before it unfolded, remember? And when you're feeling prosperity and security, then you're not going to feel prosperity and security because something unfolded, because you already felt prosperity and security before it unfolded, remember? So what are you going to feel? Surprise and delight about the way that it shows up, you see. But if you're looking for the event to cause the feeling of worthiness, then you're not out ahead of it far enough and it can't come. If you're looking for the pile of money to drop into your lap so that you can feel the freedom and prosperity, then you're not going to get there because you got to be there before it comes. Isn't that interesting? That's so annoying. I have to feel my prosperity before my prosperity can come. Yes, you have to find a way to feel prosperous, but then your prosperity will surprise and delight you in so many ways of rendezvousing, with so many ideas that flow. You got to talk yourself into feeling the essence of what you're looking for. And once you've practiced it and you really feel it. And so people say, what are you smiling about all the time? Oh, my prosperity and my lover. Well, I don't see either one of those in your life yet. Why are you smiling about it? Because I've got it. Well, where is it? It's about to surprise and delight me. In ways that I right now know not. And they'll just say, well, you're just crazier than I ever thought you were before. But once you get there, once you know that, then you're just riding on that clarity and on that knowing, on that worthiness, on that positive expectation. And then the surprising and delighting just never stops. It's all day, every day. Rendezvous, 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 rendezvous with you. Just feeling this amplification of the perfection of who you are. Just always wanting more. That's that eagerness will just keep you going and going and going and going and going. So you wake up and you hit the floor running. You're eager to get into the day. It's intoxicating to be with you because that's who you are and that's how you feel. That's what you came for. No limpness, no lackful.
Do you always do rampages of appreciation in your workshops?
Like that one?
Yeah.
Like that one?
That was a pretty good one.
We heard it surprise and delight you. We did. We heard it surprise and delight you. We snuck up on you in ways you didn't know were coming. We're unpredictable in that way because we know exactly.
I had another question, but you totally you answered my question by the way you just ranted off and I was like, you robbed me of my question, but.
Well, the universe is doing that all the time because the universe understands you so completely and loves you and cares about you and is offering to you, and it's just time for you to.
I've experienced a lot of clarity today.
Yeah, really good, really good. Yeah.